Hello, Kevin Ikov here from Kevin Ikov Ministries. And today I'm answering some questions that a fellow subscriber who has done some of my Gruno meditative practices from the site, has sent in some questions to me, and the hopes that it will help other viewers and other subscribers in thoughts that he had he's gone through most of my site and has come up with various questions that he thought would be helpful to other viewers. And so I'm going to answer those pretty much in the order that he sent them to me. And so the first one is really about the third eye. What is the third eye? Why should one even seek to awaken the third eye? Once it is fully awakened, what happens to you, or what are your abilities, and what's really the procedure for opening the third eye and getting it to start to kind of move with some form of energy at all, and kind of like a dummy step by step to the third eye opening or awakening. And so really, opening of the third eye isn't just as easy as you think. I mean, I'm showing a more meditative way to directly go into the third eye itself with the third eye meditation. But if you look at a chart of Patanjali or something like that, you will see meditation that's the far end of really yoga. And so opening of the third eye is opening an energy center. And that energy center has been known by the ancients. It's been known by the people right here in the United States. On the back of your dollar bill, you look at the third eye that's sitting in that pyramid there. So the third eye opening and awakening has been known by man for ages and ages and ages. And it's the seat of higher consciousness. It's the seat of developing and connecting yourself with that higher spirit that lies within, that higher force, the supreme being, the Father, and understanding the level of consciousness that's there by awakening of that energy spot. And there's a pineal gland that lies there, and often that will atrophy by about the age of 7. In a child. Some keep it open longer, but for the average child about 7 years old, it has atrophied. And it's about developing the consciousness and having that connection with all of matter and everything through that third eye, having questions answered for you through that third eye, difficult spiritual questions or difficult questions along a path, is all about opening that third eye, about having profound meditations and profound experiences, all about opening into that third eye. And I have a video on here in which you take a candle and you are sitting in front of a wall, and you're basically, as you stare at the tip of the candle, you will hopefully, when you close your eyes, see that pineal gland in there, which will appear as a little red pine cone or a little red, like small, teeny tiny little lingam stone shape, and in that third eye area. And once you do that, that's sort of recognition that that third eye has started to enliven or awaken, and it can take a long time. And a lot of it involves some breathing exercises, keeping the nostrils and the sinuses open and being able to breathe well and take in nice volumes of air. And so it's all a process. It's not like everything has to be kind of working and functioning well in the whole system to have a complete third eye opening to happen for yourself. And it's something you have to stick with. And I don't know that the goal itself should just be about opening the third eye, like that's what I really want to do, is opening that third eye. But if that is part of your goal and something you want to set as a goal for yourself, I mean, I suppose that's fine. It will help to connect you to your creator or nature itself. And it doesn't really involve religion at all in opening a third eye. And so anybody can open it. You can be Christian, you can be Jewish, you can be Hindu, you can be Islamic, you can be a Sikh, you can be of any of the religions out there. And lots of the big great masters opened their third eye, like Buddha and Jesus and Shiva and all of these great ones that you hear about. Their third eye was open. And you see what it brought to the world by having that third eye open. They opened the higher level of consciousness beyond that, but you have to start somewhere. So one doesn't necessarily have to open the third eye, but in opening the third eye, you'll be able to control a lot of your thoughts, a lot of the emotions that you have, and you'll be able to go into much deeper, more profound meditations in which you will experience other masters that are out there on various planes that will try to help you and will help you throughout your spiritual process. It's all part of opening that. It's like opening a special door that already lies dormant within your own body that you're unaware of. And that's what it's really about. It's about opening a door that you didn't even know existed, that lies there as a pineal gland. And just because science doesn't know a whole heck of a lot about it doesn't mean that you can't use and develop it and make it stronger. Obviously, somebody knew something about it right here because they stuck it on the back of a dollar bill in the middle of a pyramid. So it must mean something to somebody, correct? So I would suggest having your own investigation into what actually the third eye is and what you would really want to do to develop it and make it stronger. And I have some videos on here, and they're not necessarily all put together, but the secrets lie within there. It's it's a practice. You have to develop a wholehearted practice all together that helps balance all things in the body and the mind and the soul. It's about connecting them all in together and making that into a oneness, because that's what it's about. The whole yoga thing it's about making the mind, body, emotions, it's all one experience. And so in order to help balance and create that experience, you want to balance all the parts of the body that there are. And a pineal gland that lies up in here is one of them. And so, as they say, use it or lose it. Well, like I'm saying, most times a child hits 7 and boom, it's already 7, 8, and it's gone. They really don't know how to even use or develop the pineal gland, because the adults certainly didn't, or we'd be living at a higher consciousness to begin with. I don't know that we'd be having all these wars and trying to kill each other and do all these things we're doing. We'd have a much more cooperative society in which we all got along and learned from each other and took the best of the best and passed that along, instead of making corporations or something, these gigantic, profound things with unbelievable amount of money, and destroy most of nature. The higher consciousness you have, the less you have to rely on those things that seem like such luxuries in life, because ultimately they're not necessarily luxuries. They're actually things that diminish our life, decrease our lifespan, damage nature, the planet, other kinds of things. So opening the third eye can bring you into an area of awareness in which you never even realized existed before. And there's really no way to explain that 100%, because one would already have to have the third eye somewhat opened even to understand what I'm trying to say. So is it worth it to develop it? In my opinion, yes. In my opinion, it's worth it to develop and work on the third eye, but it's much more practical to have a daily meditative practice in which you're ridding the body of stress and bringing itself to a relaxation. And the best way to bring relaxation on is also breathing. Just alternate nostril breathing, learning to practice some simple things to calm the sinuses, calm the breath down. And that all has to be open and clear to begin with in order to help open that third eye as well, and the pineal gland. It's all connected. We're all connected. The body's all one thing. There's not like a different part, even though you might go to a different doctor each time something happens. Everything's connected here in the body as a whole. And you have to learn that understanding yourself. And part of spirituality is learning the understanding of the entire body, the entire system, the atomic structure, the molecular structure, into a point that you understand what true matter is and how that matter defines you. And once you do that, that's all part of that awakening, and that's why you would do that awakening. And so just a quick, simple, brief explanation how to do a third eye meditation. You sit in a chair, you sit with your nothing crossed, palms on your legs or thighs, pointing upward, spine nice and straight, and just take in a nice deep breath through the nose. Feel it go up into the nostrils, up into that third eye. Hold it briefly, and just as you exhale, close the eyes, focused on the third eye space, and just allow your whole body to relax and feel yourself move in to that region, to that spot, to that pine cone-like little element that's there that makes up the whole third eye space, and brings power to you, molecular power and ability to control thoughts and emotions and feelings, all there in the third eye. And you can let it all go between that spot and your breath. And you connect the spot and your breath, and you will feel things. Just relax as you breathe in, feel the air come up into the lung, but up into the third eye first, up into the third eye space, up into the crown of the head. And as you exhale, just the whole entire air coming down the spine and back up and out through the lung. And you just make that connection circuit for a while and just feel it. And that's the opening of really the third eye. Just what I taught here, that simply. That's the dummies course for the third eye opening right there. You just sit and you do that, just like I said, and you work on that. And you do it on a consistent basis that you work at it. Just that little breathing there with the third eye. And of course, you're going to have to be clear. You can't be stopped up from a cold or anything like that. Your nostrils have to be clear in order for that third eye to open, because it's all part of the air that goes up into the sinus cavities, because that's prana, that's energy, air, and that's all part of this whole thing. First thing you do in life is, as a baby, is breathe. And it'll be the last thing you do in life too, is breathe. You'll breathe out, and that'll be it. You're done. So, you breathe in coming in, you breathe out when you go out. And so, part of that whole thing is connecting yourself to the breath, and that's a whole part of connecting yourself to this third eye as well. And so, like I said, alternate nostril breathing, which is one of the videos in here. You look for that. It's here. Find it. And, that will help develop this whole nostril thing. I have a thing on a neti pot. Learn how to use a neti pot to keep the nostrils nice and open and prevent allergies, especially in the summer, but great in the winter as well, because it keeps the nostrils moist and highly efficient. And so, yoga itself in many ways is about cleansing the body. People don't understand it. Yoga is just a practical scientific system in how to cleanse the body to reach the highest levels of consciousness possible. It has nothing to really do with any religion at all. But it's never quite explained that way. It always seems when you connect with a guru of some sort, they're talking about religion, and it's hard not to talk about religion, because there is some portions of it that are devotional. There are things you have to do that are devotional, but even the atheist can believe, because it's about connecting to something they believe in, like nature itself. And they believe in nature. You see it right before your eyes. So how can you deny that? So, it's all about what you call it and what you associate that name with. But what I'm teaching here is just practices to help open you up and relieve pain and suffering in your life. And so with that being said, I wish you a wonderful day. I hope you heal and grow. Namaste, Jai Bhagwan. May you see the light within yourself and within all others. And keep working and working toward developing that true spiritual nature within inside yourself.